Hello. I don't know how to do an intro. This is honestly the first time I've ever done anything on this channel in like, what, months now? Or anything like this. But there's just something been bothering in my mind, specifically with this game. Not even really with the game, just one character. Because this character isn't just fundamentally broken, and was broken for months because Supercell had to be on vacation, but is a complete disaster in the game design department, to the point where this character shouldn't have some of the things it should have had. And this character is Cordelius. This brawler has had so many issues being easily the best brawler in the game, and this was with Shelly being a very fast movement speed. I don't know what to say. He's an assassin, which isn't the easiest thing to design because assassins have been known to be very frustrating to fight. I mean, even in this game, you have Crow, Leon. Those types of brawlers have frustrations, and Crow has other problems too, but we're not talking about Crow today. We're talking about Cordelius. So, what are the issues? Well, let's look at what everything has. Normal attack, it's fine. It's fine, just a basic, simple attack. But now we talk about the super. On paper, it seems fine. It puts him in a 1v1 setting, but here's the problem. You put an assassin in a 1v1 setting, they're going to be more likely to kill him. But I just want to compare something else to a character that has a very similar ability. Not even this game. In League of Legends, there's a very special champion called Mordekaiser. And he does exactly the same thing. Well, the difference is he actually... the radius where the enemy can walk is smaller. What balances Mordekaiser out? He's a very slow juggernaut. Cordelius is a very fast brawler, and oh, would you look at that? 20% higher movement speed. Forget about the faster reload, that's fine. So Cordelius makes the 1v1 really, really goddamn unfair. Now the difference is, you can kind of go wherever you please, but Cordelius kind of just screws you over. Worst part is, you can't even use a super and gadget. At least with Mordekaiser, you can still use your ultimate, your summoner spells, which are like other stuff. Think of summoners... Actually, there's nothing really like in the game. Supers are ultimates, but yeah. You can still use those in Mordekaiser in the Death Realm. In Cordelius' Shadow Realm, it doesn't, you can't. That's an issue. I know it's supposed to make it a unfair 1v1, but it seems a little too unfair because the counterplay becomes a little bit limited. Some brawlers are just going to get absolutely demolished, and others will do less demolished. I don't know how to say this. I do not have a script for this. But yeah. You just compare it to other characters who have ability in other games who have similar to this. It just shows that maybe it should have been given to someone with a very fast movement speed with high burst damage. Mordekaiser more so slowly kills you. This one, Cordelius just absolutely kills you in seconds. Oh, and there's another issue. There's one that's even worse. The fact that you are literally invisible to the enemy. The only person you can see is your ally. But the fact that you're invisible means they have no goddamn idea where you are. You can relatively say so, but the worst part is with Showdown, where if it's an enemy, you have no idea where either of them are. In League of Legends, with Mordekaiser, you can literally see where they are. Relatively, you can see where they are. There will be like little dots. One is blue, which is your ally, and one is red, which is the enemy. You can see where the enemy and your allies are. It's not unfair. They don't just pop out of nowhere. Yeah, that's the biggest gripe I have with this ability, and why it's just kind of flawed in the design part. Why the hell are you not allowing them to see both sides? Clearly other games have done this, and it's a better way of implementing an ability like this. But no, that's not even the worst part. As for star powers, they're not really outrageous. I mean, this one, making these instantaneous and the RNG factor isn't the best, but it could be so much worse. It could be so much worse. Oh boy, it could be so much worse. Replanting is a perfectly designed gadget. It allows Cordelius to do what he's supposed to, which is to catch up to enemies. And it's perfectly fine. That's his job. I have no issues with this. I hate this gadget. Whoever designed this, I don't know what was going on in your head. It makes me think that you are literally on the same mushrooms Cordelius was corrupted by. Why? Why would you give an assassin a silence? Okay. So, I'm going to tell you why giving an assassin a silence is a terrible idea. And why it should never happen. This should have never happened. And this needs to be reworked immediately. He should not be able to silence anymore. So, 1. What is the counterplay to assassins? There are 2 forms. Crowd control and attacking them first. Usually one way of doing it is to attack them first, as seen with certain characters that are like tankier. Or just hitting them first, which makes their engage not so hard. Some assassins aren't really assassins, but if you look at someone like Leon, the main counterplay is 1, crowd control, and 2, just being able to do more damage than he can from a distance. If he's invisible, try to stay grouped up. There are just other better ways. What's another assassin? There's Buzz, who has to... Buzz is more of a brawler. You could talk about Edgar, but he kind of sucks. Mortis is probably the biggest example of a normal assassin. He can kill you quickly, but his main weakness is the fact that if you engage on him first, he can kind of crumble to pieces unless he finds a way to get out. That is usually the counterplay, but also crowd control. This completely removes all form of counterplay to assassins. Want to do crowd control? You can't do away with silence. Want to gauge on him? Too bad, he silenced you, now he gets to kill you. Basically, unless you're a Frank. Even if you're a Frank, he can just move around you. It's just... no. Why would you do that? So, he completely breaks the fundamental counterplay to that, and let me point out something. Silences in other games have existed before. Every champion in League of Legends that's ever had a silence had to get it removed because it removed their counterplay. I know this isn't the same game, but it may tell you that maybe silences aren't good. Reactionary. The reason why Buzz's stun works and doesn't completely ruin completely destroy the counterplay is 1, Buzz doesn't have a neutral game. He actually has, he can only charge a super. And 2, it's, I guess really that's it. But yeah, and which is why he has more health. He can't really do much. With Leon, he can at least hit you from a distance. Crow can hit you from a distance. Buzz is allowed to have that concession. Fang is more questionable with his gadget too, but it's 0.5 seconds. Fang needs to at least hit his skill shots. Cordelius, here's the issue. Cordelius is actually has range and has the same freaking ability as Buzz does. Why? In short, this brawler is flawed in so many ways as a design standpoint. I don't know. So, how do we fix the brawler? Well, for one, you need to be able to see where he is. I'm sorry. You need to know where the hell he is. There is a circle that shows where he is. Where the allies is. Show one for where the enemy is. Either side. Because I don't want to deal with bullshit that involves the brawler popping up onto me from out of nowhere. No one wants to deal with that. We literally had to rework Leon's invisibility so he wouldn't do that because it was overpowered. You basically have that in a different form. That is an issue. And secondly, this needs to be replaced. Immediately. No, you shouldn't have a silence. No, you shouldn't be able to do this. No, you shouldn't be able to pop out of nowhere. No, you shouldn't be able to one-shot. You should be able to instantly kill tanks in a matter of seconds, but that's more of the fact that he's a bit overtuned in the damage department a little bit. Yeah, so what can this be replaced with? I think it's simple as replace it with a slow, because at least the enemy can fight back. Replanting is a fine gadget, there is no reason to change it. The star powers are perfectly fine. Maybe this could use a little bit of a nerf, because you can basically heal back to full. And yeah, when he was able to change supers, that was not okay. I know I never said this in life, but I pretty much wanted what they did to him ever since he came out, because yeah, charging your super in the Shadow Realm, taking another person to Shadow Realm isn't really fair, and we had to deal with that for like a month. So, that's the video. If you want me to do more videos like these, you just comment if you want it. And I guess that's all I have to say. Everyone have a good day. Bye.